If your toddler or preschooler still will not sleep unless you're lying beside them every night, and you're starting to worry that you've just missed the window for sleep training or for anything to change, this video is for you. Maybe bedtime is you laying on the floor next to a toddler bed for 45 minutes to 2 to 3 hours. Maybe it is a 3-year-old who ends up in your bed halfway through the night. And somewhere along the way, you just stopped fighting it. You told yourself, we'll just deal with this until they're older. We'll just deal with this until they're older or until they grow out of it. And I want to talk to you today about why that is actually not the case, and you do not have to just wait it out. It is absolutely not too late to make a change. And I'm going to prove it to you today with one story of a 3-year-old that we recently worked with. So here is the cost of waiting. Another year of disrupted sleep for them and for you. Another year of losing your evenings to bedtime instead of getting them back with your partner. And every month that goes by, you're not just staying neutral, you're building sleep associations that get harder and harder to break with each passing day. And on top of that, most kids at this age are really close to starting preschool or even kindergarten. And they need real sleep to be able to actually thrive once they get there. I want you to hear this in a mom's own words. This is Josie's mom, and Josie is a 3-year-old who we recently worked with, and she was describing to us where they were before we worked together. She said, the lack of sleep has been crippling. I was accepting that I would just have a child in my bed until 6 or 7. Read that again, accepting it, not because she didn't want something different, but just because she genuinely believed there was nothing else she could do. We have been supporting families for over 11 years, and we have helped more than 5,000 families. And honestly, older toddlers are some of our favorite transformations to be a part of because the shift happens faster than parents ever expect. And here's what we've learned through all of that experience. Once kids hit 2 or 3 years old, this usually isn't a sleep problem anymore. It's more of a boundaries problem. And that doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. Your child needs connection. They need reassurance. They need consistency. What they don't need is a parent lying on the floor next to them for an hour or more every single night. And here's the hard truth. Continuing to do what's comfortable today is exactly what keeps families stuck tomorrow. Because we've gotten into this point where there's this vicious cycle and we don't know how to do things differently. So we keep doing things the only way that we know how, which keeps us stuck in that cycle. So let me tell you about where Josie's family started. She was waking up 2 to 7 times at night. She would not fall asleep without mom or dad right there, and bedtime routinely stretched well past 9:45 p.m. Her parents had accepted 2 beliefs. This is just who she is, and we'll probably have a kid in our bed until elementary school. And if that is you right now, I want you to understand that you are absolutely not failing. You have not done anything wrong. You're just exhausted. And when you're exhausted, survival mode feels a whole lot easier than change. And that is just what naturally happens whenever you're a parent who is running on empty. So if your child is 2, 3, 4, or even older, and you've convinced yourself that it's too late to make a change, I want you to click the link below to schedule a call with Rachel on my team. She has worked with thousands of families and toddlers specifically, and she can absolutely help you too. She will talk with you about what sleep support could actually look like for your family specifically. Here is what I need you to sit with for a second. Your child does not need to become a different kid. They are not low sleep needs. They are not some magical child that just really doesn't need as much sleep as other kids. They need parents who can lovingly hold a boundary. And at this age, it's less about sleep training the way that you picture it with a 5-month-old, and it's more about understanding the difference between a need and a preference. Comfort, reassurance, and connection are all needs, and we protect those every step of the way. Being rocked to sleep or needing a parent physically in the bed or having a parent lay next to your bed while you fall asleep, those are preferences, and that is what your child now believes they need in order to fall asleep. These are not requirements for their well-being. And when we change that preference, your toddler is going to be mad. They're going to protest. And that is not because they're being harmed or because you're doing anything wrong. It's because they're human, and humans push back against change, especially change to something that they have always known. And here's the thing that I want you to take from this video. Pick one bedtime boundary and hold it consistently for the next 7 nights. That's it. Not a total overhaul. One boundary, 7 nights. Maybe it's that tonight you don't respond to the "Mom, I'm thirsty" comment. That is one of the most common ones that we see and that I've seen with all 3 of my kids as well. Or maybe it's that you're not going to respond to the "It's too dark in here, I need another nightlight" whenever you know they already have 3 different nightlights. So choose your boundary, one boundary, and you are going to uphold that boundary for a full 7 nights. And I know what you're thinking. Is it actually worth it? Does this even matter? But let me lay it out plainly. If you don't uphold those boundaries that you decide you're going to uphold, bedtime will stay a nightly negotiation. You will keep losing your evenings and your child will continue not getting the full sleep that they need and nothing will change. If you do uphold those boundaries, you get your evenings back. Your child gains real confidence in their ability to fall to and back to sleep. The confidence that comes from knowing that they can fall asleep on their own, and your entire family finally gets the sleep that they need to thrive and stop being irritated with each other and frustrated and at the end of your rope. So let's talk about what happened with Josie. She now sleeps 7 to 7. No parent in her bed. She loves her sleep clock and knows exactly what it means when it's time to get up for the day. Here's her mom again in her own words. The lack of sleep had been crippling. And then after they worked with us, my only regret is not doing it sooner. That line is the whole video, honestly. She didn't say, "I wish I had waited longer to make sure it was the right decision." And she didn't say, "I wish I had researched more." She said, "I wish I hadn't waited." So here's what I want you to walk away with. There is no sleep training window. There is only the moment that you decide your family deserves better sleep and that you are ready to go after it. And here's a quick recap because I want to make sure this sticks with you. It is not too late. You are not failing. You are an amazing parent. Your child is capable of this. And boundaries are not harmful. They are actually one of the most loving things that you can do for a toddler who doesn't yet know how to do this on their own. So if you are ready to stop surviving bedtime, find the link in our description below to schedule a call with Rachel, and she can talk with you about your family specifically. If you want to keep learning more, I want you to go watch our video that we just did a couple of weeks ago on why no cry sleep training is complete BS, because it will change the way that you think about tears during this process. And one more thing before you go, if you have found yourself watching these videos thinking, "I wish I could do what you do," I want you to know that I started this business helping families just like Josie, and today we've helped more than 5,000 families. If you've been dreaming about working for yourself, making money from home, or building a business that actually changes people's lives while also changing your own, sleep consulting could be a great fit for you. You do not have to have it all figured out. You don't have a perfectly sleeping baby or toddler. You don't have to have a business degree, and you don't need experience, because inside the Cradle Coach Academy, we teach you everything from A to Z: sleep science, working with families, marketing, building a profitable business, and everything in between. We have a free sleep consultant community on School where we share income calculators, graduate success stories, and a free video series that walks you through exactly how our students go from zero experience to certified and making money in as little as 90 days. So if you have ever thought, could I actually do this? I would love for you to come join us in there. All right, I will see you in our next video.